All right. So we'll just wait for a while until the people tune in, and then we can start. All right. So hey guys, welcome to our session this afternoon. We are excited for today because we have guests all over the world, from all over the world, and I'm going to introduce them to you in a while. Um, so today the session is going to be fun activities or things or some boredom busters that you can do with your kids at home. And we have actually more than 50 items that we want to share with you. And we just can't wait. We're so excited to share all of this with you. And if you are tuning in with us, we would love to see where you guys watching from. So please use the chat section on the box and let us know where are you watching from. And if you guys have any questions, if you wanted to say, if you wanted to share what are the best practices from your house, what are the fun activities that your family are doing, feel free to post them on the comment section, and we are going to include them in our compilation. All right, so I'm so excited. So maybe we can start by asking our guest here to introduce themselves. Of course, most of you are familiar with them. We have teacher Karen here and teacher Funke. All of them, in fact, all of them worked with fellowship before. So I'm gonna ask them to introduce themselves and let us know where are they now and what year they served in Dubai. So let's start with you, teacher Karen.
Okay, my name is Karen Matthew, and we were in Dubai from 2012 till 2018. My husband and my two kids left Canada to go there to help my father-in-law with his business. And right now we're back in Canada. I homeschooled my girls all through their education years, and we continued on when we came back here. But due to a life change, they are now back in the brick and mortar school. And then 5 weeks ago, we're now back to a home-based learning situation here. It's great to be back. I worked for fellowship for 2 years and a bit, and I was one of the children's ministry coordinators.
All right, let's have Funke.
Hi everyone, I'm Funke Awujide. I was in Dubai from 2011 to 2017 when we had to move back to Nigeria. Married with two kids. Unlike Karen, I have never homeschooled. So it's good to have that opportunity now that everybody is at home doing home-based learning. I was on staff for about 9 months. Yeah, but I was a volunteer for like the whole time I was in Dubai, and it was such a good experience. Now I'm in Nigeria, and I work for a church as the children's ministry coordinator. So I'm very glad to be here.
Yay! Yeah, I was so excited when I heard that Funke worked as a children's coordinator because that was her job when she was at fellowship, and it was her training ground when she was in the Philippines, when she was in Dubai, and now she's back in Nigeria, and she was able to use all those experiences and the things that she learned here at fellowship. We have 30 minutes and we have so many things to talk about today. So today, again, our session is, our aim is to give you more than 50 fun activities that you can do with your kids screen-free at home. And yeah, so we are going to take turns and give some of the things that we have. We thought it'll be fun if our families can do it at home. All right. But again, I would like to welcome, if you just tune in with us, thank you so much for joining us. Please do use the comment section below and let us know if you guys have any questions, or if you want to share some of the fun things that you do as a family at home, so we can include it in our compilation. And at the end of the session today, we are going to send you a document on of everything that we guys are going to share with you tonight. So let's dive into those fun things, screen-free, boredom busters that we can give to our parents today. So let's start with you, Teacher Karen. Walk us through what do you got?
Okay. Okay, so with our family, we've been doing a lot of themes lately. So there is something that we call the Country Day. And so a few weeks ago, we wrote out names of countries that we wanted to go to for the first time or to visit again. And then every weekend after that, we would pick out one from the hat and then do something from that country. But it's mainly food. So the first week we did Mexico and we made tacos. We danced the Mexican hat dance. My kids did a piñata, and we hit that piñata and there was candy inside. So things like that. The second week we did Israel, and then Korea, and then just this past week we did Hawaii, and this coming weekend we're doing Dubai. So we're gonna make up a shawarma. So it's just something that we can do every week. It's not overwhelming, but it's something to look forward to. So now the girls, oh, we're going to Dubai next weekend. What shall we do? You know, we'll do shawarma and make daddy be the camel or something like that. The second thing that we have been doing is crafts, lots of crafts. And this allows the children to do whatever they want to make right after school when I need to do my work, and they can just be in their own quiet time. So they've been doing a lot of crafts. They've been doing things like, they're into these mini things right now. So let me just show you. They did this up. It's like a school theme. So they made pencils, they made little notebooks. So it's something that they've been doing during their time of quiet. So lots of crafts that we do as well. Another thing that we do is, while they're doing those crafts, is we listen to Adventures in Odyssey. And this is something that Pastor Bill has talked about before, Adventures in Odyssey and audiobooks. Now, the reason why we love these is because it really it ignites the child's imagination. The visual is no longer in front of them, but rather it is in their brain, and they're just trying to like create the character in their minds. Like, ooh, what does Wit look like? What does Penny look like? And I still remember the day, 2 years after their first Adventures in Odyssey listen, I showed them the illustration of the characters, and they were like, whoa, I didn't think Penny looked like that. Or my younger one was like, oh yeah, that was Wit. That was Wit in my brain. So audiobooks, Adventures in Odyssey, those are excellent tools in helping with your child's imagination. And even though my kids have been listening to Adventures in Odyssey for what now, 7-8 years, they still want to listen more. We always do things on repeat, or we listen to the newer ones, and it's excellent. It's excellent. We've also done scavenger hunts, and again, we always go with a theme. It's never random. A theme always helps me, I guess, as the parent, to prepare it right. So for example, last year during Thanksgiving, I did a scavenger hunt, and I looked for people in the Bible who gave thanks. And so there was Hannah, there was David, and I wrote the verses of what they said when they give thanks. And the hints would be, you can find the next hint where we keep our food cold, or you can find the next hint in Mexico. And so I would hide these verses in there. And then the last hint would be something the last hint for the Thanksgiving one was like at the dinner table because we all ended up there. And so you can do that too. Like Mother's Day, the Western Mother's Day is coming up, and you can look for all the mothers in the Bible and pick up Bible verses about them. And the hints would be things around your house. So the next hint will be a place where we sleep. The next hint would be, the final thing I'd like to share with you guys is decorations. We love to decorate. We decorate again by the seasons. So winter decorations, Christmas decorations, fall decorations, spring decorations. So we make decorations for that. We don't spend a lot of money on buying stuff, but rather we make stuff. And this is great for being at home and with your little ones. Allow them to just be creative. And what is in your brain? What would you like to show mom for Mother's Day, or to show dad on Father's Day? Let them draw, let them cut, to let them hang stuff all over. And I think these are the things that you can be creating memories with them. So the things that we've really done is, number one, we always go by themes. It's just much easier with regards to focus. We also go with what memories can we create with our children.
How fun. Wow. And I've witnessed all of them. If you go to Teacher Karen's Facebook profile, you can see all those photos with her kids doing so much fun. And I'm really impressed. Now let's go to Funky. Share with us some of the things that you do as a family at home.
Okay, so the first thing is that we've been having throwback evenings. And so that's mainly we have this external drive that has pictures of our time in Dubai, because we had our 2 kids in Dubai. And so we show them the pictures and the videos. We have videos of the dancing fountain, birthdays, all of that. Fellowship, yeah, when Tammy was 2 and he was singing in Livewire, we have that video too. So it helps us to, most times they don't remember, what they were doing at that age. So we are able to tell them the stories, like, oh, this is what you were doing. Oh, this was your birthday. Oh, this is who we went to visit. So you can have that. Just get your albums, get your videos. Thankfully, so many people have iPhones and smartphones. So you're able to show them those things so that they can remember now that you have time. So throwback evenings. Their first day at school, the first time Tammy tried to walk, we have a video of that too. So we've been doing that, and they've really loved it. Second thing that you can do is that you can bake. So I bake, I started baking sometime last year. So now we bake cookies, we baked cakes, and last week we baked bread. My sister-in-law baked bread, and she's like, you guys can do it. So we made bread from scratch, so yes, you can bake. My sister also made pizza last night in our home in US. So you can also make pizza, let them put their favorite toppings on the pizza, and have fun with that. Another thing that you can do is that you can make new words from a word. So this one is quite simple. So if you have a word like baptism, and then you gather the kids around and say, okay, so from this word baptism, let's see how many words we can make out of it. And then they start guessing part, it, sit, map, and then you just keep going on. And then whoever cannot come up with a word could be out of the game until you have a winner. So you have so many words you can use: baptism, resurrection, Dubai, geography, just so many words. It will keep them engaged for some time, because they're like, I have to be the last person standing in this game. So yeah. Another thing is that you can play board games. Yeah, so we have a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old. So our 7-year-old now is into board games. He wants to play Monopoly. He wants to play Scrabble. So he loves it. And then our 2-year-old is like, yes, I want to play too, even though she doesn't really know what to do. So, but you can play board games. I'm sure you have so many that you can access. Another thing is that you can make pancakes with cookie cutters. Now this one, I saw it in a cartoon that my daughter was watching. So instead of your normal pancake, you pour the butter in and then you move on. You can use cookie cutters, put them in the pan, and then you pour the butter in. So the pancake comes out with a particular shape. So if you put in a butterfly cookie cutter, then it comes out as a butterfly, something like that. I think that's going to be really fun. So you can do that. And then last one is that you can paint. So my kids, once they are all around the place, just tell them it's time to paint and that's it. They sit and they have fun. Like Karen said, it's just helping them to be creative. They come up with different things. I have painted this. I have a car, it's color red and white, and all that. So it will be messy, trust me, but they would have fun. And then you can hang those paintings all around your house, and take pictures. Make sure you take pictures, lots of pictures this season, so you have something to refer to.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Funke. Before we continue, again, we would like to welcome everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. Please do use the comment section in the box if you have anything, creative things, fun things you do as a family that you wanted to share. Oh, sorry, my phone is ringing. Just put them in the comment section below. We would like to say hi to Nabil. Thanks for tuning in. To Natalia. Natalia said, I miss you, Miss Karen. And Alvin, we miss you, Miss Karen, from Jaden and Jasmine. So thank you so much again for tuning in with us. All right, so let's keep going. From my side, I really wanted the idea of picnic in the living room. You guys put a picnic mat in the middle of your living room, and then prepare like lunch or dinner with your family there, and plug in your TV that's connected to your computer, and put some like a view of a beach or a view of a jungle. It's really fun. Another one is Lego. I'm big on Lego. I really like Lego. So if you guys have tons of Legos in your house, make use of it. This is the good time to make use of your Lego. You can create like a Lego city where you guys ask your kids to design their own city. Cardboard, there's so many things to do with cardboard. You can build a fort, you can build a ball ramp. There's so many things, so don't get rid of them. Use them before you throw them. If you guys have chalk, I really like the idea of sidewalk chalk. If you have like spaces in front of your parking, you can do like a hopscotch there, or you can even like ask your kids to just write some wording like "stay safe" so other people who are passing by can see it. Again, I've shared to other Facebook Live. I'm an advocate of sports. I like to see families doing sports together. There is a really good website called Family.fit. You guys can visit that. Look at their workouts there, and you as a family can do it at home in your backyard. So much fun. Another thing that I really like, some of the families at Fellowship have done it. If you can make a DIY run course, like a 1 kilometer or a 2 kilometer run course inside your in your backyard, or even inside your room, it's so much fun. Take a photo of your kids after they completed the 1K or 2 kilometer course. And some parents they prepare medals for the kids and certificate that they award to the kids as soon as they finish the run course. So those are my 5 or 6. All right, over to you, Miss Karen, for your next batch.
I was just laughing at yours because you said 1 kilometer and 2 kilometers in the home. My first wall to the end wall is only about 25 meters. And they'll be going back and forth. Another thing that I really love to do, and my girls love to do, is what we call a bedtime chat time. And we do this quite often, and it's not a scheduled time, but rather when I put my girls to bed, I lay down with them and I say, hey, let's just talk about stuff. What are you feeling right now? Or how was school today? Or do you miss your friends? And they want to talk. They have so much to say. And they do want your opinion. And they even want to listen to, what did you do when you were in that situation? And I really treasure these times because it's just a time when we're in bed and we're reflecting. And I think that's probably one of the best times that I'm able to connect deeply with my children. So that's bedtime chat time. Also with fitness, I tried this once with my girls 5 weeks ago, and then I stopped. So I wanted to follow them in their fitness instruction time. So their teacher sends them stuff that they need to do and all. And I was like, whoa, this is too hard for me. I can't do 10 lunges, let alone like 50. And that was really, really fun. So if you have little ones, ask them to be your fitness instructor and just follow whatever they do. And I can tell you, I did this when my kids were really little too. And 5 minutes of them just jumping and twisting their bodies around, oh my goodness, you will get more of a workout than if you went to the gym. So ask your child to be the leader, to be the one to show you what to do. And I think that's definitely a good time for them to also be creative. And it's great fun to see them leading and you following. Record these times as well. I'm a Facebook fan and I put stuff on Facebook and all, and it's not to brag, but I love that thing where Facebook comes back with your memories. And I look back at it and I'm like, look, we did this last year. And my kids will be like, oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Can we do it again? Or they'd be like, oh yeah, that was and we all have a good laugh about it. So ask your children to be your fitness instructor. That's another one that I would recommend, and it's fun.
Okay, let's do your next ideas.
Okay, so just like Karen said, fitness. So I love Zumba, and I was introduced to this in Dubai by one very amazing friend who loves Zumba. I'm sure you guys know Charlene. Yeah, so I just have videos of Zumba on my system, and so I did it when I was pregnant. So now that we are all home, I play it in the mornings on days that I can, and then the kids join me and we are all jumping, and my husband Debo also joined us a few days ago, so that's one thing you can do. It will get interrupted. They may want to fight in between or say, I want to be the one in front or at the back, but it's a good bonding time to, just dance and have fun. Then also you can have a family dance party. Yesterday, my husband was trying to teach Tammy how to dance because he knows how to do some things like dance the new moves, but he doesn't know how to like dance to our own traditional songs here in Nigeria, So I played a song for them and then they went dancing and I actually made a video of it. So yeah, so you can, as a parent, play one of the songs, you listened to when you were younger, and then show your children how to do the dance. And then you can have a reverse. Let them play a song that they are listening to now and then show you how to do the dance, I'm sure that will be fun. Another thing you can do is to have a family movie night. Since we all cannot go to the cinema right now, you can make your home your cinema, pull the curtains down, put off the lights, have some popcorns if you have, chips, Doritos, anything you can munch on while you watch a movie. So get him one of the movies that, are children friendly and then just have a movie night. Another one, like Karen said, is listening to audiobooks. I haven't gotten to Adventures of Odyssey yet. I plan to, but there's these stories on Audible for kids and they made it free during this season of lockdown. So you can check that out. And then one more is that you can play Chinese whispers, whisper something in one child's ear, then they pass it around and then it comes back to you and you see what they passed around. So you can use that to confuse them, use it to make them laugh, use it to tell them you love them, whatever you want to pass across. So yeah, those are some things you can do.
All right, awesome. One thing that I really like some of the families has been doing is doing a blog with your family. Yeah, so it's really fun. Or making you can create your own TV show. You can interview the different members of your family. It's so much to watch. Also, camping in the yard. So if you guys have your tents, and if you have a nice backyard, you can do camping there and do a barbecue. That's really fun. You can also make an ice cream in a Ziploc bag. Yeah, I've seen this. Only three ingredients that you need: milk, sugar, ice cubes, and it really tastes like a legit ice cream. You guys should try that. There's so many instructional videos on YouTube about that. Make a slime. Slime is the thing right now. Like the kids love it. It's actually the same like the stress ball. When you are stressed, you hold the stress ball. But kids, if you sense that they are like stressed or angry, give them slime and it will really help them relax. So slime is a really it's a helpful thing actually for our kids. Make a piñata. Did anyone say piñata? I think Karen said piñata. Like there's so many things you can do. Like even if you only have a paper bag in your house and you can just fill it with all the things inside candies, or if you're not into sweets, some things like toys or whatever, and you can just tie it, put it somewhere higher, and then for hours you guys can play as a family hitting the piñata. Dress up dinner, so you guys parents can ask their kids, hey, we're going to a fine dining restaurant tonight. And then you can ask your kids to dress up, and parents can serve their kids as like waiters. So much fun. Dress up with mom and dad clothes. This is also so much fun. Ask your kids to wear the mom and dad's clothes, and you can do a photo shoots, and you can even do a fashion show. So much fun. Indoor obstacle course. You can rearrange your living room a little bit, your sofa, and you can do an obstacle course for the kids and give them reward after they completed the course. All right, that's my next five. Teacher Karen, do you have more?
One of the things that our church has been doing in order to connect our families again, just so that we don't just see each other once a week privately, but that we all see each other more often than just once a week, is having storybook time. So there would be a pastor who would come on Zoom and we'd all listen in. And so actually over the week of Easter, they read every day. I think for that whole entire Easter week, they were reading every day. And so we would come onto Zoom and we'd listen to Pastor Kyle read us a book. And that was really, really amazing, just to be able to listen, to be able to see him, to be able to see the rest of the families. One community that we have here actually has a Wednesday morning storybook time where families can come in and each family takes a turn in reading a book to the children. So they ask their child, what's your favorite book? What's the book that you want to share? Oh, I want to choose The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And so on that Wednesday morning, this mom would read The Very Hungry Caterpillar to all these families who are tuning in. And that's one of the ways I think that you can connect with each other, telling stories to each other, allowing your child to participate by choosing the book that they want to share. Another thing that I haven't told my girls this yet, but I'm planning it now, is sometime in May or June. That's when all the recitals start, all the demos start in like music schools or martial arts schools or wherever. And so my girls are pretty involved with their music school. And because we're on lockdown right now, I've decided that I'm going to organize a Zoom recital So sometime in May, we're gonna be sending out invitations to our family members and friends, and we have cousins as well who are musically inclined, and they're also missing out on their recital. So each child is going to choose 2 pieces from their repertoire, and they're going to perform. They're going to perform live, just not face to face, but over Zoom. And we're all going to dress up. And we're all going to take turns, family by family, for each one of our child to actually present a piece that they'd like to do. And I think that's really important for our children, to acknowledge that, you know, you've worked hard the past year. You didn't know this piece before, but now you know it well. And let's share it with everyone. I think that this really allows them to prepare for something. Again, my family's always like, okay, what can we do next? What can we prepare for? And this is really, it's not hard. It's sending out email invitations, it's dressing up, and it's playing a piece, and maybe having tea after with everyone. So those 2 things that I would recommend to do over Zoom. One more thing that I'd like to recommend is, one second. Oh, yes. So if you have soil and seeds, start growing a garden. You can even use beans and put them in wet cotton wool or wet tissue and start watching them grow. And these are for your little ones. And it's amazing how much you can teach them about God just by planting a seed. You can watch it grow. You can teach them how to water it, and it's fun. Even though it takes a period of time, you can always go back to it every day. And let's take a look at what our plant is doing right now, or how our plant is doing right now. And if you do have plants right now in your house, and you see a little shoot coming out, be excited about it and say, oh my goodness, look at this plant. It's growing new shoots. It's growing flowers. I think it's important to allow our children to be awed by growth, to be in awe of how the things around us do grow. And we miss out on that because we're so busy, we don't realize that, oh, that flower has bloomed. Oh, that seed has grown. So having a time whereby they can go to that plant that they're growing and actually see that, wow, it's growing today. Oh my goodness. The hard work that I put in watering my plant is paying off. So do that as well. Again, as I said, it takes long to actually see that little shoot come out, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
All right. We don't have much time, so we are wrapping up the session now. But before we do that, we just want to acknowledge some of the parents have shared ideas here. Alvin Siko said, we have spa day on Friday after church. I think that's a good idea. Also from Mahindra, we connect with friends on Zoom and play Uno online. That is fun. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm just going to give my last bits here. Do a science experiment. There's so many like easy science experiment, like a Coke in a Mentos. You put them and then it will explode. Some of the famous science experiment, the lava experiment, lava lamp experiment, the volcano experiment. There's so many things. There's another toothpick and marshmallow engineering challenge. Only two items, toothpick and marshmallow, and you guys connect them and you can create amazing structure out of those. If you have a good backyard, you can do water balloon fights. Jump rope is very simple. I grew up playing jump rope. The only thing is you have to challenge your kids if they can get to at least 100 without stopping. I think that is that is a good thing to give them like a goal or a target that they need to accomplish. A float or sink game, so you choose items and you have a tub of water and you can ask the kids to guess whether it will float or it will sink. All right, we don't have much time, but I just want to ask our friends here, what are your sort of encouragement to your parents during this time as they connect with their kids? Funky, shall we start with you?
Yeah, so I'll say take it one day at a time. Because you're home with your kids all the time, there's a temptation, to get stressed out because you're seeing them all the time. You're saying, stop it, don't do this, So take it one day at a time. See a new day as a new opportunity for you to create memories with them. We'll probably never have a lockdown again in our lifetime. We pray so. So this is the time to, just see your kids in a new way, see their talent, see, like Karen said, she spends time with them when they're about to sleep, just asking questions, you can tell stories about when you were growing up, grandparents, uncles, people that you normally would have gone to visit if there was no lockdown, so use this time to get to know your children, be intentional, be patient, and have lots of fun. Make sure you have fun so that when the lockdown is done, you can say, oh, we actually did this and this. We didn't just waste the time that we had. We are closer as a family. So let that be a motivation for you.
Thank you, Funky. Teacher Karen?
I definitely echo what Funky just said. There will be good days and there also will be hard days, but that's okay. I think two things that I'd like to share with you parents, and it's things that I've learned over the years as well, and how can we connect well with our children? And one of the things that I have learned is what I call descriptive praise. And I got this term from Noelle Norton, one of the authors of parenting. And she said that, when a child comes to you with their picture, and you look at it and you say, oh, that's a great picture, and then you give it back to them, that's not descriptive praise. Descriptive praise is when you actually look at what they have done and say, wow, I like the way that you drew her hair. I like the way that you put this character with this character. Oh, you chose purple. My favorite color is purple. And this really, it helps you as the parent to stop, to be still, and to notice. Your children want to hear, why is it good? Why is my painting good? I've also started noticing how my children behave towards other people. And then after their interaction, I would say, wow, Malia, I love the way that you actually were so respectful to Mr. Ian. I'm so glad that you asked him how he was today. And so that's one of the ways that you can truly connect at a deeper level and not have to make like sweeping statements like, oh, that's great, good job, go do another one. Be intentional. And by noticing what your child has done, what your child has said, what your child has made, and being very specific about what was good about it, I think allows your child to also be like, oh, dad said this, that he really liked the way that I played my piano piece because I went loud and soft. There was a lot of expression. That's one thing that I think all of us parents should be doing. We should notice. Another tip that I'd like to give is that don't be too hard on yourselves. I think we do get a lot frustrated a lot, especially now that, oh, we're together 24/7. I have to supervise schoolwork, I have to do housework, I have to do my own work, and so on. I think we always have to be very aware of, why am I angry? Why am I lashing out? And the same with your children as well. And so as my children were growing up, I realized that, oh, actually, I'm not angry at my kids. I'm just angry that I couldn't do this Excel sheet. I'm just angry that, this technology is not working for me. And so with me being aware of my own feelings, I've also taught that to my children. So it used to be like, they'd be like throwing things, they'd be like screaming. And I'm like, Michaela, let's just relax and let's talk about this. Okay, verbalize. Why are you angry? And then they'd be like, oh, and I'm like, okay, I am angry because, and then after 1 minute, they'll be like, I'm angry because my toy didn't work. And I'm like, oh, why did your toy work? Let's take a, oh, the batteries are dead. So allowing this time to actually be aware of our own feelings and allowing your child also to be aware of their own feelings, I think would also help them in maturity. So just two things that I'd like to share with you.
Thank you so much, Teacher Karen. We ran out of time now, but parents, we are going to share all of the things that we've shared here and some of the things that we haven't shared because we didn't have time. We are going to post a document here in the comment section. Please go look at it and get as many ideas that would work in your family. I just want to one thing that I also want to request the parents to do with their kids during this time is to you can do all these fun things at home, but I also encourage you to connect it like on a spiritual point of view, to connect it with loving God and loving others, the greatest commandments, and connect it with all the things that's in the Bible. Make it as an object lesson, like if you're doing a fun thing, how is it related to our salvation? How is it related to our faith? So because again, I would like to emphasize to the parents that you are the primary responsible of the faith formation of your kids. We as a church, we are here to support you and to help you. But again, parents, you are with your kids 24/7, and we can only disciple your kids like 2 hours maximum every week. And the Bible says in Deuteronomy, just want to share this quickly, Deuteronomy 6:5, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on your foreheads. Write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates. So it is clear in the Bible that the parents are, these are your duties. Whatever you do, you are going to influence your kids to love God in everything that you do. Yeah, so I'm just gonna pray now because we don't have time. Let's just bow our heads and pray. Father God, thank you for this opportunity that we can encourage our parents. Lord, we leave up to you our parents, our families, that fellowship, Lord God, and for those people who are listening to us tonight, Lord, I pray for your wisdom. We cannot do it alone, Lord. We need your power. So I pray that you give all our parents wisdom, encourage them, and empower them. And thank you, Lord, that as soon as this pandemic is over, Lord, we are better people, we are better parents to our children, and we are better children of God. And so, Lord, we give you thanks for this opportunity, and thank you for everything that's going on in our lives. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in with us. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. And if you miss part of this session, you can always go and replay this or go to Fellowship YouTube channel. It will be posted there. Thank you so much to our guest today. Thank you, Teacher Karen, all the way from Vancouver, Canada, and Teacher Funke, all the way from Nigeria. So you guys are awesome. Even though you're not working with Fellowship anymore, you guys are still open and available, willing to encourage our families and our parents. Thank you, everyone. God bless you. And yeah, we hope to see you all soon physically in our churches. God bless. Bye.